What's going on, everybody? Ryan Thompson, the Assumable Guy. This is the Assumable Guy Show. Today, we're tackling a question that comes up on almost every deal I do. Should you take a 9% second mortgage just to get your hands on a 2.5% assumable rate? This one's for every buyer who found a killer rate, saw the equity gap, and felt their stomach drop. Here we go. So let's set the scene. You're house hunting and you find it. $500,000 home, and the seller has an assumable loan locked in at 2.5%. You do a little happy dance. Then you look closer. The seller only owes $400,000 on that loan. That difference between the price and the loan balance, that $100,000, is the equity gap, right? And you've got 25 grand saved. So where does the other 75,000 come from? A second mortgage. Sometimes we call it a gap loan. And right now, those are running 8, 9, sometimes 10%. Now, wait, I know what you're thinking. You just heard 9%, and you're like, nope. Rates on a normal loan are 6.5, and this guy wants me to take a 9% loan. That sounds worse, not better. And it can sound worse. The naysayers love this one. You'll hear an agent or a loan officer go, yeah, that second mortgage is going to be like 9%. And they say it like the conversation is over. Here's what most people don't realize, though. You're not paying 9% on the house. You're paying 9% on 75 grand. The other 400,000, that's at 2.5. The big loan is the cheap one. The expensive loan is the small one. So which side of that math wins? Think about that for a second. This is where it gets real. Let's run the actual numbers on that $500,000 house. The assumed loan, $400,000 at 2.5%. That payment is about $1,580 a month. The second mortgage, $75,000 at 9%, about $603 a month. Add those together and you're at about $2,184 a month, principal and interest. Now take a guess. Think in your head, what if you skipped all this and just got a brand new $475,000 loan at today's 6.5%? What are you paying? About $3,000 a month, $2,184 versus $3,000, same house, same amount borrowed. You're saving over $800 a month with the scary 9% second mortgage attached. $800 a month on the same house. And if you want to nerd out, blend those two loans together, and your combined rate on all $475,000 comes out to about 3.5%. Nobody is writing 3.5% loans today, but you can reach back in time and grab one. That $800 a month is almost $10,000 a year. That's a really nice family vacation every single year. That's maxing out a Roth IRA every year for as long as you own that house, right? I want to make this super clear. The 9% second is not the enemy. It's the bridge that gets you to the 2.5% loan. Do not freak out about the rate. Do the math. And little hack for you. These second mortgages have no prepayment penalty. So you attack it. Every extra dollar goes at the $75,000, not the $400,000. Why would you ever pay extra on a 2.5% loan? You wouldn't. And when rates drop, you refinance just the second. The 2.5 stays locked in. The second mortgage is temporary. The assumable rate is permanent. One more thing on the equity gap, because people hear $100,000 and freak out. A lot of these gaps are way smaller than you'd think. Sellers who bought in 2020 and 2021 overpaid. VA sellers wrap their closing fees right into the loan. Some of them are barely above water. I've seen gaps at 15 grand, 25 grand, 39 grand. And if you don't have the cash, there's more than one way to cover it. Savings, a HELOC on another property, a gift from family, a loan from your own retirement account where you pay yourself back. And I've got a lender that if you put 5% down, will loan you the rest. Now, I promise you, this is not theory. We do this with real clients. We closed a deal where the buyer assumed a 2.375% loan and covered the equity gap with a second mortgage from Climb Credit Union. On top of that, we negotiated $7,000 in inspection resolution during the deal. 2.375% with a second mortgage attached. Their total monthly payment still beat anything a brand new loan could have given them, and it wasn't close. And that's how we run these deals. We find the property, we write the offer, I put the correct assumable clauses and deadlines in there to protect you, and we line up the gap lender before we ever go under contract. So the second mortgage isn't a surprise at the end. It's part of the plan from day one. Sellers, if you're listening to this, quick note for you. Every buyer who learns this math is another buyer who can afford your house. The equity gap is not scaring people off the way you think it is. Your assumable rate expands your buyer pool, and buyers with gap loans are closing on homes like yours every single week. All right, let's go get some sweet deals. I'm Ryan Thompson. This is the Assumable Guy Show. If you want to see if the blended rate math works on a real property, hit up assumableguy.com or DM me on Instagram at the.assumable.guy. I'll run the numbers for you. No pressure, just math. Next episode is a big one for sellers. If someone assumes your mortgage, are you still on the hook if they stop paying? We're getting into the release of liability, what it is, and how to make sure your name comes off that loan clean so your credit and your VA entitlement are protected. See you on the next one.